Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. Brett Pritchard here with you. Randy will be joining me shortly, but we're going to start the show here in this first segment with a really good friend of ours and a special guest, Vivian Autry with Crank for Bank. I know everybody in this area, and when I mean area, the total coverage area that we have here with our show, know about Crank for Bank, especially over the last 3 or 4 years. And Vivian, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Absolutely. I know we're an Auburn show, but we have some great partners and sponsors here, and we like to sometimes use this first segment to kind of highlight some of the things that we're doing and what's going on, especially in the Lake Martin area. And first of all, we're so blessed to live in an area that has such a beautiful body of water like Lake Martin, and we all know that and appreciate it. You guys started something 4 years ago that really kind of exploded, and us fishermen love it. And we're always up for competition, but you add a little bit more to it and spice it up. We like that even more. But you guys tag fish, and we're gonna go into this thing. You tag fish and you put them back in the lake. And if you buy a ticket, and we'll talk about how you can buy tickets and all that, you can enter this tournament that's basically going on, and we'll talk about the dates of that. But you can catch a fish, and if you have a ticket prior to you catching that fish, you can turn that tag in, and you can win a lot of prizes.
Yeah, at a minimum $1,500, but at a maximum $1 million.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Before we get into details, I know people that have caught multiple fish.
Me too, yeah.
And I hadn't caught one yet. How's that going on? I mean, so yeah, that hadn't worked out real well. You know what that leads us to say is tell our wives, hey, we need to be fishing more.
Absolutely.
Use that as an excuse. I need to be on the water a little bit more. But I want to go back, talk about, Vivian, how this whole thing started.
My husband, so about 4 years ago, a little more than 4 years ago, we bought OGS tournaments from a friend of ours. Unfortunately, had passed away early in life, and my husband felt led to buy this company from the widow. And I didn't know anything about fishing at all. Of course, he fished, but I didn't know. And so we had owned it we bought it in November of 2019. In January of 2020, my husband, it's a terrible storm. We have no electricity, no internet, no nothing. And he says, hey, I want to do a tag fishing event. I want to add some spice. I want everybody to be able to fish, not just if you have a fancy fishing boat or if you have I want everybody to be able to fish. And I said, I don't even know what tag fishing is, Mike. And he said, well, let me tell you. So he starts telling me how he thinks it should work. Mm-hmm. I'm the business person. I'm the banker. I start putting things together. So gave me 2 weeks later. Well, that day, my son-in-law came up with the name Crank for Bank.
I like it.
And then, thank you. And then right after that, I figured out how to do all the policies and all this to be able to do this and put it together. And we've tweaked it and made it even better, adding virtual tournament to it.
That's
awesome.
The
second year. And it's grown. People love it. And I think when you just said, our wives need to tell us to go fish more, one of my favorite quotes is from a fisherman that said, I've never in all my years been told to go fish, but my wife tells me to go fish. So
especially when there's a bunch of $1,500 out there swimming around.
Yeah, she wants him to go catch $1 million. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about how this works. I want to go. How many fish how many fish will be actually tagged this year?
So we're doing a little bit different. We're trying to make it better every year. We listen to our people. We listen to our fishermen. And so this year it's 200 bass, and we're adding 50 crappie.
How about that?
Unbelievable outreach from women. Women are saying, I wanted to do this, but I don't know how to bass fish.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, I can't bass fish either. I'd have that line in a mess and be in trouble.
We all do too.
Yeah,
so don't think we're immune to it just because we do it a lot.
Yeah, well, anyway, I would. But I can watch a bobber go underwater and catch a crappie. So 200 bass, 50 crappie, so 250 total.
Okay, so I want to kind of lay that out there. I know that's not a lot of fish for the whole lake, but it's amazing how many of these things get caught every year.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Do you have a stat?
I do.
Okay, all right.
First year was 12 fish. We had 200 out there. The second year was 16. This third year was 16, which is crazy. Now, on the second year, we had somebody catch the Skeeter bass boat. So we won a $50,000 bass boat.
Wow.
So super exciting about that. You mentioned that you know somebody that's caught multiple. So one of my other favorite quotes is a college kid said, "Hey, Mom, I'm not working the summer. I'm just going to fish, and I'm going to earn money." He caught 3.
Oh, my gosh.
He caught 3.
Well, he earned a good bit of money.
He did. He did. He didn't win any of the grand prizes, but he won $1,500 each.
That's pretty doggone good. You know, especially when you're out there fishing around and having fun. Again, it adds to it, but you got to buy a ticket.
Yep.
You know, if you catch one of these tag fish and you don't have a ticket, you're going to be very upset and disappointed. I can promise you.
I can't tell you how many times that happens.
It does.
I mean,
it does. And let me say this too. You know, as you said, you release 200 fish. You know, between 10 to 15 to 16 get caught.
Yeah.
Usually, you know, those fish are still out there swimming around. I see people that catch them all throughout the year, and they go, "Dadgummit," you know, and they put them back. But that's the fun thing. So these fish are identified with a little tag that's implanted in them behind the
fin,
the top fin.
Yep.
It's right there on the side. You can see it. Usually, y'all have different colors every year, right?
This year it's hot pink.
Hot pink. So
Hot pink.
Can't miss that.
It, and it'll be labeled as crankforbank.com.
Right.
And then on the other side, it'll have 2023 for the year and then the tag number.
So what happens if you buy a ticket? Let's talk about that first. How do you buy a ticket?
Crankforbank.com, and that's crankforbank.com.
Okay. And how much are tickets?
$110.
And that gets you from what time to what time?
April 1st through July the 4th. So that gives you 13 plus weeks to fish. That includes the virtual tournament.
Right.
So you get to fish for the grand prizes, if you will, and then I can talk about the virtual tournament.
I want to talk about that next. That's
so the virtual tournament's kind of the way we actually copied that from our friends at Auburn University.
There you go.
Yeah.
So talk about that virtual tournament. How does that work?
Okay, so the virtual tournament, so you're going to catch a whole lot of untagged fish as you're trying to catch tagged fish. And so the way it works is on our app, Fishing Chaos app, you will, if every fish you catch, you will take a picture of it.
And measure.
Measure it, the length of it, not the weight of it, which is the norm, right? So it's the length. And then you upload that, and then it'll automatically cull your top 5 fish for you. And then each week we have a big fish winner for bass and a big fish winner for crappie. Get a nice little prize, nothing fancy. Right. And then at the end of the tournament, the top first and second place gets for bass and first and second for crappie and
That's
large.
awesome.
So they're great prizes.
Absolutely.
Great prizes.
Yeah, I have bought a ticket every year. I'm going to keep buying a ticket. I'm going to hopefully catch a fish.
There you go.
You know, that's tagged. And again, you know, you can see that's part of the intrigue and the lure, no pun intended, of going out there trying to catch these. But you know, so real quick before we get you out of here, Vivian, because I know you're busy. Crank for Bank. We're gonna have you back on too. By the way, this thing starts April 1, but you can buy a ticket anytime.
Absolutely. And one little quick plug. One of the ways we give back, because it's so important to us, and I think you and I share this love for making sure that our youth get a chance in this world.
Right.
So we allow our local high schools to sell our tickets, and they can earn up to $20 a ticket. And then Auburn University Bass Team is selling those tickets as well.
That's awesome. So
great partners with them, and so you can go out there to crankforbank.com or go find a local high school fishing team and buy one of their tickets.
You know, Vivian, this is a cool, again, a cool tournament type deal where you can have the virtual tournament, but you can fish for all these different prizes. Yep. The prizes are really nice. Talk about all the prizes this year.
So $1 million.
Wow.
Yep, pretty excited.
Golly, could you imagine catching that?
Point Broadband and Big Fish bring that to us. Big Fish Realty.
Right.
And then we
one
have
of our partners here on the show.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then we have a Nitro from Sylacauga Marine. We have a Phoenix boat from State Line Marine.
Nice.
We have a pontoon boat from Rhonda Gaskins and Sylacauga Marine.
Right.
And then we have a Chevrolet pickup truck. All of these are worth $50,000 each. Chevrolet pickup truck from Bessemer Chevrolet out of Birmingham.
What an awesome.
And at a minimum, you're going to win $1,500, but you might win $1 million.
Man, that is unbelievable. That I can't imagine. Maybe it'll happen, and and we can have a big celebration. How about that? All right, so closing it out here, Vivian. Again, people can go now. Talk about before you leave. Where are these fish coming from?
Yes, so exactly. So this weekend, we've already tagged some at the Sylacauga Marine Tournament a few weekends ago. This Saturday, we'll be tagging from the ABT tournament. So we tag a fish. We hire an Auburn fisheries student to come in and tag them so that it's all done correctly.
Done right. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then we GPS these fish so that we tell exactly, we know exactly where they've been put in the water. So they are all over the lake. They go from Parker Creek to River North.
So they're everywhere.
We don't put more than 5 fish out at any one spot. So they're all over the entire lake so that you have a chance to catch one of these from your dock.
Man, that is so awesome. So,
or from the shore, or
right.
from this. We had, I think, 2 were caught from Wind Creek last year.
That's awesome. Crank for Bank, and that's the number 4 in there, .com. To purchase your ticket, it's $110. The tournament, the contest starts April 1st, goes through July the 4th.
That's
right?
it.
So fun.
Thank
Vivian,
you so much.
I hate that you were having to go because we could sit up here and talk fishing for an hour. Everybody knows that about me. But Vivian, y'all do such a great job. Thank you for what you do around here, and we'll have you on again soon, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Vivian Altrue with Crank for Bank here on Lake Martin. Stay tuned. Just getting started here on the Auburn Blitz.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
SCAG, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that SCAG means productivity and reliability. Every SCAG mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. SCAG.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here on this Friday. Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee with you, 45 more minutes. Was really glad to have Vivian Autry out here with Crank for Bank. What a cool opportunity it is for you to buy a $110 ticket and maybe win $1 million. I mean, there's a fish that will be swimming in Lake Martin after this weekend with a tag in it for $1 million. I mean, there's no catch.
You got a good chance.
No catch, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But that's 2 puns already in 2 segments. But a truck, 2 trucks, 2 boats, a Phoenix, a Nitro. If you catch a tag fish, it's $1,500 automatically. She said they had somebody last year catch 3 tag fish.
Wow.
That's $4,500 in just going out there fishing around. There's 50 crappie this year added to the mix too, because like she said, they heard from all the people of how they can enhance this contest, and people that maybe not a good bass fisherman can go out there with live bait and find a tree in the spring, drop a minnow down in a quart and watch it go under and reel it up. Might win $1,500.
Are you saying I can do that?
I'm saying that this contest, that's where I was going.
I know.
Is for anybody. You don't have to be a top-notch bass fisherman to go out and win $1 million. And look, that's probably going to be the person that wins it. Somebody that just does stuff for fun, maybe goes out there and tries it, and they'll pull up $1 million. The people with the $90,000 bass boats spending $200 in gas, zooming all over the place, got $5,000 electronics on the thing trying to find the fish and all that, they won't win anything. So
Jim Hardy's watching currently and saying, well, that could be somebody, but it can't be Randy. I know I can believe a lot of things, but it won't be that guy sitting up there in the blue shirt that's going to win it.
But hey, look, don't be one of these people that go out there for fun and catch a tag fish and you didn't buy a ticket. Real quick story: a guy did that in Gunnersville. They have a similar contest. Caught a tag fish, took it up there to the marina where they had the contest, turned it in. She said, "You won basically a brand new Silverado truck loaded." And do you have a ticket? Didn't have a ticket. Said the lady at the thing said the guy walked outside and threw up. Puked. He didn't have a ticket. He didn't know what it was. He's like, what is this? And she's like, you don't have a ticket. But you would have won a brand new truck today. And so we went out and threw up. But anyway, just getting started here. Don't do that. Don't be the guy that pukes because you didn't go buy a ticket. Auburn and Kentucky, this coming up tomorrow on Saturday at 3 o'clock. It's been 1988 since Auburn went to Rupp Arena and won. 1988 since the last time Auburn had a victory. John Kaler was on that team, and he hit the shot to win the game.
Gosh, I can see him in my memory now. He had that.
Oh yeah.
He had that flavor saver.
He did, man.
He kind of had that old Kentucky.
He could shoot.
That Kentucky waterfall look going on in the back.
Very short shorts.
But he could shoot the eyeballs out of it. He was a great basketball player, and that was a good Auburn team in '88. It was. It was a good run for Auburn between about '85 and '89. Then we went straight back down in the pits again. But that is one of those eras where you actually look back fondly on in Auburn history before Bruce Pearl.
Sonny Smith had it really going. there in the late 80s. And, this is not a great Kentucky team. I mean, they're 19-9, they're 10-5. They've gotten a lot better as the season's gone on. There for a minute, everybody thought this team may just wither away to nothing. And but they've rallied the troops. They're 10-5 in the league, or third. They've vaulted themselves to third place in the SEC now. So it'll be a tough task always going to Rupp Arena. Now that Kentucky knows, Randy, if they win out here, they're looking at a 13-5 mark in SEC play and 22 wins overall going in the SEC tournament. It'll be a strong team going into postseason play. They wouldn't want to have a hiccup against Auburn, but this is an opportunity for Auburn to go. Arkansas went to Rupp Arena and blew their doors off, okay? And that was without Nick Smith Jr. before he got back. So this is – if Auburn doesn't go up and turn the ball over, if Wendell Green can score 20, if Janai Broome can score 20, if Jalen Williams can have a decent afternoon, Auburn can beat this team.
Well, I don't think it's a great team. I think it's got one of the top players in the country on it, but it's a lot like North Carolina.
Sure.
It's a lot like North Carolina this year. They may have two of the top 5 players in the country on both teams, and both have had their moments where you go, what in the world is going on with North Carolina? And vice versa. We've said it already for Kentucky this year. What in the world's going on? But they are playing a little better, Brett. They are physical down in the post. They've always got length. If you're going to get Kentucky, you better make it happen this year. If you look at their recruiting for next year, if Cal hangs around, I mean, he's in an odd predicament where Kentucky fan base is not as rabid for him as they once were, but he's got a recruiting class that's second to none coming in next year.
I think he's there. I mean, his buyout is beyond absurd. I mean, they have to pay him $50 million to get him to leave. I mean, he's there until he wants to be, I think. I think it has to have to absolutely explode for them to want to fire him. He's turned it around. I mean, again, Oscar Tshiebwe was Player of the Year last year. He plays a lot bigger than 6'9". He's a you look on the floor and the way he muscles up and the way he knows where to be. There's an art to rebounding. Dennis Rodman talked about that. It's not just go up there and grab a ball off the rim. Knowing where the ball is going to come off based on where somebody's shooting it gives you a higher probability to get a rebound. Knowing how to block out, he's a master at that. You can see where he's going to have an extremely good career in the NBA. Just as a defender. I mean, he's not a guy that the NBA is not going to draft him to really be a scorer. He's going to give you some points, but he's going to be a force inside in his art, in the way he knows how to rebound. Randy is really a true skill.
Well, it is, and it's also the size and the strength that he has to go along with. I mean, he's a 6'9" frame, but he's also got he's got a little power behind him. Reminds me of Wallace a few years back playing for the Pistons. He comes out of a small school, no more than 6'9" or 6'10", but led the league in rebounding, and a lot like Dennis Rodman. And if he ends up in the league and the way that the league's so guard-oriented now, if you got a guy that can go get you 15 rebounds a game, they're worth their price in gold. And that's really what Walker Kessler's doing right now.
Oh man, he's just getting started, man, in the NBA. Hey, before we go to break, we'll come back. We'll talk about the breaking news at Ole Miss. They fire Kermit Davis. Who are the potential candidates? We got some comments coming through on that already. We'll get to them when we come back. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
High school championship basketball is bouncing its way to the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, and so is WOTM, your AHSAA TV network. Starting February 27th, catch all of the exciting semifinals live as they happen. Every dunk, every three-pointer, every steal. It's boys and girls high school basketball every day, live on the AHSAA TV network.
They're playing basketball.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Kalijah Idol 15 is coming. Thousands of dollars in cash and prizes are on the line. Visit WKGA975.com. It's Kalijah Idol 15.
No monthly payments for 120 days at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs discounted up to $7,500 off. The midsize Chevrolet Malibus up to $5,250 off. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here halfway through the program here on this Friday. Jeff said, wow, Will Wade is the lead candidate at Ole Miss, and next in line is Chris Beard. I was on Gary Harris's show earlier today, as I always am on Friday, and he said he thinks it's going to be Chris Beard from Texas. You know, he got let go because of all that. Charges were dismissed against Chris Beard. He's a very good coach. Obviously, they're targeting somebody to go ahead and cut ties. They don't have any postseason ambitions. I mean, the tournament, the SEC tournament really is all Ole Miss has in front of them. But they're trying to go ahead and move forward. Will Wade have a job? Chris Beard have a job? I mean, one of the two probably going to end up at Ole Miss.
And if they don't get that one, they'll get the next one. Because I think Will Wade for sure is with the new NIL deal and the money that's going to be able to come in. And, you know, people are going to turn a blind eye to the way all of that other went down. And they realize now that's just the game that we're playing, Brett. And so if you play it better than most, then because we all know he can coach basketball.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to give LSU the benefit of the doubt. They're trying to rebuild something back, but they were right there in the thick of things for multiple years under him.
Sure.
So, not that I like him, kind of despise him.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't ever become Auburn's coach.
Yeah.
Kind of like Lane Kiffin. I said that, and I meant it.
Yeah.
I said it 10 years ago, and then we had so many Auburn fans just dying to get Lane Kiffin in there, and now all of them that said it are backtracking and saying, thank the Lord we didn't end up with that fool over here at Auburn. Well, I'm saying that about Will Wade, too. I think he is a good coach, and I think there is a fan base out there that can stomach him.
Ole Miss.
But I don't think I could stomach him.
Will Wade and Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss?
Oh, that's just a partnership made in heaven for that community.
Well, I can hear all the Alabama fans saying right now after I said that, well, y'all got Bruce Pearl and Hugh Freeze, so how much better are y'all than them?
Yeah,
so, well, whatever.
Anybody that watched Lane Kiffin walk out, I'll never forget doing a program with you, and they were on the West Coast, and there was game day going on, and you and I were over at JR's doing the program, and his old disheveled self was standing on the side of that athletic facility on the back end of it looking like he hadn't slept and rode hard and put up wet for about a straight week. And, I mean, this guy looked rough over there on the side building. I remember looking at you and going, whatever happens, please tell me that fool right there doesn't end up as coach. And
he did.
We were a yes from it happening.
Oh, it almost, yeah. If he would have accepted, he would have been Auburn's coach right now, no doubt. Vivian said, again, thank you for having her on the show. Yeah, it was our honor, Vivian. Appreciate you being on this morning. Lauren said, if you come to Kentucky, bring your coat. I am in Louisville this weekend. The temperature is at 33 right now this morning. It feels great down here.
Beautiful.
Well, y'all keep all that up there.
70 degrees when I got in the car this morning.
Keep all that up there. Speaking of weather, and then we'll get to this here in a little bit, but USC coming to Auburn start here today on Friday. Auburn and USC, that series was supposed to be in California.
Mm-hmm.
Weather bad, and it's usually the opposite.
Yeah.
Usually the weather's bad here, so we go somewhere else. Neither team wanted to cancel the series. Coach Thompson talked to their coach. He said, look, we'll just pack our stuff up and come on out to y'all. So great opportunity for now number 17 Auburn in the polls to take on USC, who has got a prolific history in baseball, has got a great program. The Trojans will be coming out here to play a 3-game set against Auburn. 6 o'clock first pitch tonight, 2 o'clock tomorrow on Saturday, and a noon first pitch on Sunday. If you hadn't had an opportunity to get out, that's an early key series for both teams out of conference. This will be a fun one.
Not cold weather.
That's right.
You know,
last weekend was brutal.
Warm weather, so I bet we pack it out this weekend. Just people that I know that aren't normally ones that are going to go over and watch many ball games, maybe 1 or 2 a year, but I already know of a lot of people that are heading over to watch this weekend, and would be a good spot to be.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about that Auburn baseball team here in just a minute. Still waiting to hear to see if Jason possibly could be on with us today. And I know he's got a lot going on. He's extremely busy right now. But going back to this Auburn-Kentucky game, Randy, it's a very important game. Auburn has 3 SEC games left, Kentucky, and then they got to go to Alabama, and then they play Tennessee. Now, Gary brought this up. Let's kind of fast forward to Alabama next week. He's concerned. He said, look, obviously Brandon Miller went out and carried the team, and he said if he hadn't gotten on the bus, we'd have gotten blown out. Mm-hmm. The rest of the team scored 38 points, and they looked out of sorts. One of the announcers on the SEC Network said, look, I think Brandon Miller is going to be Brandon Miller all the way out. But he said, how has all this finally impacted this team? He said, all that noise they heard from South Carolina fans and all the chanting, he said, that's not going to stop. He said, that's going to get louder and louder as each game goes on. He said, didn't look like the rest of the team handled it very well. He said, now, again, inside Coleman Coliseum, it's a different story. But when you look at it from a standpoint of having to go on the road, having to get in these tournaments, do you think there's a possibility that all this has had some type of effect on Alabama's team?
Well, it had an effect the other night, and I don't think anybody watched that game wouldn't come back and say the same response to your question there. Do I think it'll happen to them at home? Absolutely not.
Right.
I think they'll play perfectly fine at home. Outside of some more information coming out, there doesn't look like there's anything that's going to be done to Brandon Miller, and the others that are involved. Now, they may end up with some kind of civil suit down the road. Don't be surprised if that doesn't happen. Right. Especially if Brandon Miller does exactly what we all expect him to do, and that's be a top 3 pick in the NBA
Probably
draft.
#1 pick.
Don't think that they won't be coming after him there. And, you know, is that right or wrong? I'm not here. I'm not an attorney. I don't know how to debate that correctly. But, yeah, I could see it being on the road and in a tournament environment, SEC tournament environment, where it could weigh on them, and it will be the excuse. Once it does weigh on them and they lose a game that knocks them out, it will be the one that they all point back to.
Jeff said, heard on a show out of Birmingham this morning, game day was supposed to be in Tuscaloosa tomorrow, but with all that went down, ESPN had pulled the plug at the last minute.
Oh, I can't blame them.
So
I mean, I don't care how you spin this, and you can spin it in favor of Brandon Miller, and he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. But from a PR standpoint, this could not be as poorly handled by the university as it has been so far.
There's no doubt about it. Stay tuned. More to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
WAXC TV3's Basketball Game of the Week is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC on the Columbus Parkway in Opelika. Get ready to smile. Catch game replays on WAXC TV3 and on our Roku app. Games replay Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. and also Saturday and Sunday at 6:30. Catch the replays of these games airing now from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika and WAXC TV3.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here. A couple more segments left on today's show.
There's one thing about social media, Brett. I think we all suspected that ignorance was prevalent over a large majority of the population out there. Social media has made it where no doubt is left behind. You know it.
Right.
All you got to do is pull up a social media outlet and see some of the videos that you show me between the breaks.
Right.
And then you expect me just to kind of come back into another 12-minute segment where you talking about sports after you show me some of these videos during these breaks. My mind is nowhere near sports after this last one you just showed.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what you're dealing with out here. Luke said untrue on game day. They were headed to Gonzaga the whole time. Heard Reese Davis say that's where they were going 4 days ago. And then Jeff comes back and says, actually, that was said Monday or Tuesday on the next round. So I don't know. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, if you want, we read the comments and we go from there, and it doesn't really matter to me. You know, they did come to Auburn for the Auburn-Alabama game, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it really don't at the end of the day. So, so let's move on from that. Let's talk a little bit about Auburn football, which will start next week. Can you believe that? Hugh Freeze and this Auburn football team will be starting spring practice.
Still planning to go to spring game?
I am still planning to go to spring game. If the weather's good, got Texas A&M in town that weekend for baseball. That should be I mean, they won the West last year. You know, we talk about, you know, Auburn and, you know, Arkansas and Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and how good this conference is, or how good the Western Division is, and then you look up and Texas A&M won the league last year. First practices for Hugh Freeze there get underway on Monday. Auburn is set for an early start. New coaching staff will get their first chance to work with the players, get the schemes in, look at the ball on both sides, acclimate newcomers. Got high school and transfer people coming in. A-Day will be on April the 8th, Randy, like we talked about. Let's look at the battles here. Let's look at some of these positions that we'll watch throughout spring football. Robbie Ashford, T.J. Finley, Holden Gardner. Nobody really thinks T.J. Finley's in this mix. He's still there, but so there's three quarterbacks there. I think it's Robbie Ashford and Holden Gardner is what we're watching.
No clue about Gardner. We saw pieces of action last year. It looks like throwing the football, he could be really good, but I didn't get any sense that Robbie Ashford's getting pushed by either of these other two. So I think it's his job to lose, and more than likely will be his job outside of someone coming in after the spring. I do think there's available spot for Auburn to maybe go pick up a quarterback late in the process.
Left tackle, Dylan Wade, Gunnar Britton. Left guard, you'll be watching Cameron Stutz, Jeremiah Wright, who we're all very high on. I think Cameron Stutz a good player too, and then Gardner Langlow. There at center, you'll be looking at Avery Jones and Tate Johnson. Tate Johnson, I thought, was a good piece there. Got hurt early in the season last year, so hopefully he's back healthy. We'll see what he's able to do. Jeremiah Wright also will be battling with Cameron Stutz and Gardner Langlow for that right guard position. So somebody in that three is going to be at either guard possibly. Same with right tackle, except Xavion Miller will get some work in there as well. Outside receiver, this is the guys that are on campus right now. Camden Brown and Nick Mardner will be battling for that X receiver. At nose tackle, Big Jason Jones, the transfer from Oregon last year, will be battling for that position against Justin Rogers. Jack linebacker, Dylan Brooks. Can we finally see Dylan Brooks take the next step and be the five-star player he was coming out of high school.
We'll see. I mean, the pieces of action that we saw last year was definitely a down from the starters that we were able to throw out there. But he's a young guy. You can definitely see the size. You see the length. The capability of playing well is there. Now, do we get that out of him? We all hope so. If not, I think watch out for Keldrick Falk. Falk, just off the hoof, looks like a baller. And,
he got upgraded to a 5-star.
And if there's ever a time for someone to show up on Auburn's campus that plays that type of position and be a little better than average prepared as a freshman and actually come in and play is right now, buddy. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him often and early.
I think so. I mean, he comes in with that ability, I think, as a true freshman to get on the field and get significant playing time and be a contributor. Also, you add Elijah McAllister into that mix, the transfer. I mean, you know, really, really good opportunity there. Middle linebacker, Austin Keys comes over from LSU. Wesley Steiner has been there and hadn't been very impressive at that position. And then Robert Woodyard, who was a high prospect coming out of the state of Alabama a couple years ago. Can he end up being a really good, solid middle linebacker? At free safety, Zion Puckett and Jalen Simpson are two to watch back there. I think our secondary's got a chance, Randy, to be pretty good. I mean, the way the players we have coming back.
We're pretty good last year. Had our moments where we were exposed, but I think we run well. I think we've got talent and athletes back there in that position. I really worry about our linebacking play. I worried about it at times last year and ended up rearing its ugly heads at the worst possible moments. And I feel a little bit that way this year. You know, the question marks now are, can you replace two good defensive ends that we started with last year?
No doubt.
You got to find a way now. Does Derek Hall become an NFL All-Pro? I don't know, but he was a darn good
I think he's going to be a pretty good pro.
So can Auburn replace those pieces? I feel pretty confident that on the defensive line and at the end position that we've got good bodies there to do that, but I think we need to brace for this turn on the defensive side to maybe take an extra year. I think we could turn the corner on the offensive side maybe even quicker than we can defense in comparison to what we've had the last couple of years. What do you think?
No, I think so. I definitely think that opportunity's there, and we'll see Monday as everything gets started. Spring practice for Auburn Tigers starts on Monday. It'll culminate on April the 8th. So it looks like they're going to average about 3 practices per week as they get up to that April 8th 8A game date. Stay tuned. One more final segment coming your way right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Kalijah Idol 15 is coming. Thousands of dollars in cash and prizes are on the line. Visit WKGA975.com. It's Kalijah Idol 15.
Something big is coming. Something so big,
It'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
OGS Tournaments. Russell Marine and State Farm agent Aaron Warren present Crank for Bank 2023, April 1st through July 4th. Win over $1.5 million in cash and prizes. Over 200 tag bass and 50 tag crappie are waiting on you. All ages are welcome. Fish from the dock, boat, or shores of Lake Martin. Get registered now online at crankforbank.com for only $110 for 13 weeks of fishing. It's Crank for Bank 2023.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to hear is true, and the names have been changed because Brubaker Motors has sold to Sons Automotive. You heard right. Brubaker Kia is now Sons Kia of Montgomery. Furthermore, Sons Automotive is a family business with dealerships throughout the Southeast. The name Sons Automotive is synonymous with trust, and they care about the communities they're a part of. They're excited to serve the River region, and in the interest of justice, you will be served a sentence of big savings. Sons Kia of Montgomery, family owned, family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on the program. I want to thank Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, Big Fish Real Estate Group at Lake Martin, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, and J.A. Smith Construction for being our partners here on the program. Couldn't do it without them. Great partners. Want to again thank Vivian Autry for joining us to start the show with Crank for Bank, and that's Crank, the number 4bank.com to buy your ticket to have a chance to win $1 million or even $1,500 if you catch a tag fish. Also, boats and trucks out there swimming around in Lake Martin. You got to buy a $110 ticket. Proceeds go back to some of these high schools around the area that are helping sell these tickets. So you're helping out local communities and local schools when you do buy that. Plus, you enter a contest to have a little bit of fun. Auburn and Southern Cal starting this afternoon at 6 o'clock. And you've got Chase Alsop, who had a pretty good outing on the Friday start last weekend in the cold. Pitched pretty well, only pitched a few innings. But, Coach Thompson talks about the tools he has a chance to be a very dominant starter on the weekend for Auburn this year, which is really good to go with Joseph Gonzalez.
Well, I trust Coach Thompson's thoughts around pitching probably more than just about anything that he's doing over there now. So if he says it, I believe him. He's been able to produce some of the best that we've had. And this Saturday matchup, both sides, Brett, both very, very good pitchers. It'll be interesting to see which one comes out on top there. Don't be surprised if that one's not more of a 5-2, 5-3 type game coming in on Saturday.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As you see Joseph Gonzalez Hasn't had a run scored on him so far this year. And as you said, Jaden Agassi, 1-0 on the season for Southern Cal, 1.42 ERA there. So Auburn has not named a pitcher for Sunday. The freshman had a little bit of difficulty there in that game. So we'll see. Auburn kind of had it taken to them in that Sunday matchup against Indiana. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. But right now, Bryson Ware is off to a blazing start. He's 10 of 15 with 5 extra base hits through 4 games, multiple hits in all 4 contests, hitting .667 with 10 total hits. Co-freshman of the week, Ike Irish, is 9 of 16 with 3 doubles, 4 RBIs. So he's come in with a hot bat. Auburn's pitching right now: Connor Copeland, John Armstrong, Chase Isbell. Didn't walk a single batter this past weekend. Struck out 12 in 7 innings on Tuesday against North Alabama, which they had a run rule against them in 7 innings. So right now, I mean, again, this will be the best competition to date for this Auburn baseball team, but we'll kind of get a better judge of how they match up this weekend.
Always great to see an expectation have a reality to begin a season. And Ike Irish, there was a lot of talk in the offseason to wait till you know, this kid can hit the baseball anywhere, everywhere that he's been able to do that. He ends up here at Auburn, and his freshman campaign starts off 9 for 16, and he hits the ball to all parts of the field. I like his setup there at the plate, Brett. He just looks like the ball gets back on him, and he's able to take the ball down the left field gap just as easy as he's able to pull it into the right field side. So just a dynamic hitter. And, my gosh, if you can get one of those, you can hold on to them for 3 years, which college baseball allows you to do, Brett. You can build around a hitter like that. You know, the unfortunate thing for us last year is, you know, we catch lightning in a bottle with Sonny D, and you only have him for a year.
That's right.
I mean, what if you had him for 2 more years, or somebody like him that you could build around?
Hey, did you know this is the first meeting between Auburn and Southern Cal ever in baseball?
Did not.
So that happens. Again, this will be the 6th matchup versus a Pac-12 foe in the last 12 games for Auburn, dating back to 2022. Auburn played UCLA in the regional. They came to Plainsman Park and played in that regional, and so there you go. I mean, so a couple little fast facts there for you for this weekend's matchup. Again, this was not planned to be in Auburn. This was a series that was supposed to take place in Los Angeles. The weather's not good. They knew that early, so they decided to move the series to Auburn. You can go to auburntigers.com to figure out how to get tickets for this game. Season ticket holders, priority givers get first priority, but there will be some tickets there for sale.
AHSAA basketball preview show coming up directly after our show today. Kevin Skarbinski and Bart Heisch will be hosting that, so stay tuned. Brett, you and I will be over to call all 42 games next week.
That's
you
right.
and I won't call all 42, but we will take Cruz over
so.
to call all 42. So if you're looking for semifinal and final games, you can find them on the television dial. You can find them on multiple radio stations throughout the state. Brett's phone's going off during the breaks as we're speaking for radio stations looking to carry our call next week. But we will have all semifinals and finals for girls and boys next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
For the 17th year?
17th, I believe.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully for a lot longer, too. We thoroughly enjoy doing that. It's one of our favorite things throughout the year. A little history as we head out here on this Friday. This day in 1980, pretty monumental. U.S. ice hockey team clinches the gold medal against Finland after the Miracle on Ice. So,
yeah, the big thing is we think that the Russia game was the gold medal match, but it was actually the semifinal, and the U.S. had to come back out and play well in the final to win the gold medal. I mean, wouldn't that have been the story if you'd have played as well as we did in the semis and then come back and not finish it off there in the finals? But it will always be thought of as the miracle. And if you go back and you watch it and you watch the way that the team had lost 10-0 in a match a couple of weeks before the Olympics, and then able to come back and play the way that they did, it is a miracle.
All right, some happy birthdays today. On this day in 1874, Honus Wagner. Boy.
Happy retirement to you, Brett Pritchard.
Oh, well, thank you, man.
Central Alabama Community College will be losing Brett Pritchard today, and it will be much of your gain. I know that Central Alabama will continue to get a lot of effort from Brett, but we'll have more programming coming your way. So stay tuned in. He's not retiring. Look how young he is. He's got 20 more years to at least work, and a lot of that will be in front of a camera like he is right now.
Yeah, not totally gray yet, but working on it. Still got a lot of years, hopefully. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you out there watching every single week. For Randy Lee, I'm Brett Bridger saying we've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.